In a quiet South LA neighborhood, a mother of 3 was suddenly abducted, sparking shockwaves across social media and igniting questions about bounty hunters and justice.
It started as a normal day for 34-year-old Taisha, walking to her car, when a black SUV suddenly pulled up beside her, doors flinging open.
Masked men in dark clothes emerged from the vehicle, no badges, no words, just swift, coordinated movement like a scene from a covert operation.
Witnesses say she was grabbed, handcuffed, and shoved into the SUV before anyone could react. Children nearby screamed. People began recording.
Videos hit TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter within minutes. Mom kidnapped in broad daylight, the caption screamed. Views soared into the millions.
At first, everyone thought it was a criminal abduction. But then details emerged that these men weren't strangers. They were bounty hunters.
Yes, bounty hunters. Private citizens with power to detain, but not the same rules as police. And in this case, something felt very wrong.
Legal experts say bounty hunters operate in a legal gray zone. They are hired by bail bond agents to track down fugitives who skip court.
But Taisha wasn't a fugitive. Her record showed no outstanding warrants. No court dates missed. So why was she taken like a criminal?
They didn't even say who they were, said one neighbor. Just yanked her off the street. Like we were in a movie or something.
The SUV had no license plate visible. The men had no visible ID. And Taisha's children? Left crying on the sidewalk.
The LAPT was called, but by the time officers arrived, the vehicle and Taisha were gone. The case quickly escalated to viral status.
Her family began live streaming their outrage. "We don't know who took her. No one will tell us anything," one relative cried.
Celebrities picked it up. Hashtags like #FreeTaisha and #SouthLADisappeared trended within hours. People demanded answers.
Meanwhile, bounty hunting companies began issuing statements, some defending their tactics, others distancing from the incident completely.
Then came a twist. A private bail firm claimed responsibility, saying Taisha was lawfully detained for a skipped court hearing months ago.
But court records showed she was present at that hearing, video proof existed. So what went wrong? Clerical error? Or something more sinister?
Lawyers now allege mistaken identity. Another woman with a similar name had a warrant, but that woman was already in custody days earlier.
This is unlawful detention, her attorney said. And it's not just wrong, it's traumatizing for her family and her children.
In California, bounty hunters don't need warrants. They only need a contract. But this case is reigniting calls for tighter oversight.
Taisha was held for over 36 hours before being released, no apology, no compensation, and no charges filed.
Her children are still shaken. Her youngest won't go outside alone. Her oldest now sleeps with the light on.
Community members are asking, if this happened to her, how many others were taken without real cause and never spoke up?
Local council members are demanding a probe into bounty hunting firms operating in Los Angeles without proper documentation.
These people are not law enforcement. They have no training, no background checks, and too much power, she warned.
The incident also raised concerns about the bail bond industry, a multi-billion-dollar sector with little federal oversight.
A viral video shows the moment Taisha was dragged. You can hear her scream, "I didn't do anything." The video now has over 20 million views.
Online sleuths began analyzing the SUV's make, the men's gear, and possible links to known bounty operations in the area.
Meanwhile, the bounty firm has gone silent. Their office is closed. Their website is offline. And no one's returning calls.
Protesters gathered outside LAPT headquarters demanding justice. Chants echoed through downtown, "Who's protecting us from them?"
Experts say the lack of accountability could set a dangerous precedent where citizens with money can deploy force without checks.
It's like a private police force for hire, said LA Times reporter Melissa Jensen. But who's watching them?
Lawmakers in Sacramento are drafting emergency legislation to regulate bounty practices and enforce body cam requirements.
Meanwhile, Taisha is back home, but the trauma lingers. And her story has ignited a nationwide debate about power, race, and justice.
Civil rights groups now want to track how often people are detained illegally by these firms. The data is almost non-existent.
The incident is now under federal review. The Department of Justice has requested surveillance footage and arrest documentation.
What if we didn't have cameras? One neighbor asked. They would have gotten away with it. No one would believe us.
With social media pressure mounting, the bounty company may face a class action lawsuit led by civil rights attorneys.
This isn't just one family's tragedy, it's a warning shot about unchecked authority in urban America.
Documentary crews have started filming. Streaming platforms are competing for rights to tell the story of South La's viral abduction.
Meanwhile, no arrests have been made. No citations issued. And no confirmation if the men involved even had licenses.
I thought I was going to die, she said. They didn't say a word. Just threw me in the car like I was nothing.
Taisha has started therapy and is working with advocacy groups to raise awareness about predatory bounty tactics.
Her case will likely head to civil court, seeking damages for emotional distress, false imprisonment, and endangering minors.
The story has become a rallying cry across California. Reform the bounty system before more lives are destroyed.
Law enforcement's silence is being seen as complicity. Critics ask why LAPD hasn't filed charges or launched a public inquiry.
We want answers. We want justice. And we want this industry exposed, said local activist Jasmine Lee.
What began as one mother's nightmare has become a flashpoint in the national conversation about private power and broken systems.
As the lawsuit unfolds, one thing is clear: social media gave this woman a voice. Without it, she'd still be missing.
If there's no law protecting you from them, then who's really safe on the streets of America?
Some say bounty hunting is outdated. Others call it necessary. But few agree on how to regulate something that walks like law, but isn't.
Taisha's name is now synonymous with reform. Her story may be the catalyst that brings light to an industry operating in shadows.
I'm speaking up so this doesn't happen to someone else. We all deserve to feel safe.
California senators will meet next week to debate tighter licensing and tracking for all bounty operations statewide.
The next chapter is coming. Courtrooms, cameras, and civil rights lawyers will take center stage in a case the nation is watching.
And now, Taisha's story is more than viral, it's history in the making.
We'll be following every twist in this still developing story. Subscribe for the latest as it unfolds.
Because in today's world, your freedom can vanish, without warning, without trial, without reason.
This isn't just a story, it's a system. And unless it's fixed, it could happen again tomorrow.